Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
It is a terrible tragedy, and it happened just feet away from a hospital. A mother and her 9-month-old baby are found dead in the hospital parking garage. The mother and her baby boy died from carbon monoxide poisoning and may have been caused by an unknown problem with their car.
Really just a stunning turn of events. This happened last week at Harper Hospital near I-75 and Mack in Midtown. Mara McDonald is there live tonight. Mara, the woman had just dropped off her mother for a doctor's appointment. Simple as that.
It's exactly, Devin. And she and her 9-month-old baby sat in their car in the parking garage here, windows up, car idling. Kelly Canty and her sweet baby Kanan just waiting for her mom to finish up her appointment.
Not too long after that, probably like an hour and a half, her mother had called to see if I had talked to her because she had been calling her to tell her that she's ready.
Damare called her, so did other family, no answer, which wasn't unusual, but it started becoming that way when an hour passed and no call back.
In my mind, I just said, well, she probably still in the parking structure because there's no signal. So I went down to the hospital.
He walked through one of the structures, nothing, then went to the other and found the car.
It appeared at first that she was sleeping, so I just tapped on the window.
There was no response, so he started pounding to break the window. Other people in the structure heard the commotion and helped. Damare grabbed Kanan.
I touched my face on his face because that's what I always do. And I'm just rocking him, but his face is cold.
They tried CPR on Kanan and Kelly in the garage, ultimately getting both into the emergency room. But there was nothing to be done. Carbon monoxide poisoning.
So I went in the room with my wife, and I'm watching them work on her. And it wasn't nothing they could do. They was already gone.
Back here live. So how does this happen? Well, Kelly and Damare got a used car about a year ago that had some damage to the rear end. They thought it was just cosmetic. But if you look at the police report for what happened here, that shows that there was a real problem with this exhaust system, and that exhaust was essentially flowing into the center compartment of the car. You know, Kelly and Damare would have been celebrating their 1-year wedding anniversary this Friday. Instead, he is going to be laying his wife and his baby boy to rest. The family has started a GoFundMe account to help pay for those incredibly unexpected funeral expenses. If you are interested, we have all the information over there on clickondetroit.com. We're live in Midtown tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Just so hard to believe, so awful. All right, Mara. Well, better bundle up if you're heading to work or taking the kids to school tomorrow morning. Today was cold enough.
It's going to be another cold one, Paul, followed by some dicey conditions, too.
Right. Let's handle things chronologically. We'll start with the cold. We have mostly clear skies right now. Temperatures have already dropped into the teens at Port Huron, not far behind in Ann Arbor at 20. 24 in Adrian, 23 in Detroit. Notice these wind chills are generally the same as the air temperature. So with light wind, we don't have wind chill. That's the one piece of positive news, but it's going to be getting cold enough. When the kids head to the bus stop tomorrow, we're well down into the teens. In fact, there could be a few single digits in some of the very coldest outlying areas, especially in the central thumb. So that's going to be a cold start, but again, not much, if any, wind chill at all. So that's good news. Tomorrow, though, with sunshine, less wind than today, and temperatures about 10 degrees warmer than today, it's going to feel a whole lot better in the afternoon. But let's now talk about the freezing rain. Now, here's tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock where we're dry. Clouds are increasing, but as we move through the nighttime hours, notice that we start to see this moisture approaching by midnight, overspreading the area by about 4 o'clock in the morning, and then we start to see a transition to regular showers, but hanging on the longest in the thumb. So we're going to talk more about the impact of this and who's going to get it worse coming up in just a few minutes, guys.
All right, Paul. Update tonight to a story we first told you about last week. A local nonprofit now seeing the toll of a recent theft of one of their trucks filled with bikes that are made for people with disabilities.
Yeah, the truck was stolen. The stolen truck, I should say, was recovered, but it was damaged and some of the bikes inside are missing. Pamela Osborne is live in Lincoln Park with the group's message to whoever is responsible. Pamela.
Volunteers want the person who stole from them to know that there were students at a nearby middle school waiting on those bikes. It took weeks of their time to get them ready to go, and now they're having to work double time just to make up for this loss. In this shop, donated bikes are taken apart and built back together with a lot of love.
I like to fix them up and give them to people that need them.
Instead of smiles, there were tears.
It's just a little upsetting.
After volunteers realized 12 of the bikes they fixed up for middle school students in Detroit were stolen and the truck that was set to deliver them.
We thought no way someone would steal our truck with our bikes, with what we're doing.
John Waterman's programs to educate all cyclists gives away more than bikes. Peak gives people with disabilities skills, pride, and purpose.
I'm not good with this.
What do you have to do with it then?
Practice.
Yep.
Making that theft all the more devastating.
I was heartbroken and crashed up inside.
Everybody here is very upset. It makes me pretty upset too.
What thieves didn't take was their dedication to keep moving forward for everyone out there depending on them.
We're going to keep working and keep pushing ourselves to do what we do as mechanics, and we work on bikes for kids.
As for the person who set them back from their mission,
I'd like to offer them a chance to make up for it and work and help us out.
when they got that truck back, there was some engine damage. It's sitting in the shop right now, so still no idea how much it's going to cost to repair all of that. But the money that it will take to do so, that's going to come out of the work that they do here with these bikes. As for those middle school students, we're told that they were able to pull bikes from another part of their fleet in order to get those over to those kids that we're really looking forward to them. If you'd like to help, we've posted how you can on our website. Click on Detroit.com. For now, reporting live in Lincoln Park, I'm Pamela Osborne, Local 4.
Okay, Pam, thanks. The family of a prominent local lawyer has filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the city of Detroit.
Cliff Woodards was killed when a Detroit police scout car crashed into his car last year. Officer Tiara Funderburg is charged with manslaughter and willful neglect of duty. Police say she was driving to a non-emergency call with lights and sirens when she sped through a red light on West Chicago near I-96. Woodards' family wants $50 million from the city.
The suspected getaway driver in a shooting that killed a 7-year-old little girl has turned himself in. 17-year-old Jawan McDonald is expected to go before a judge tomorrow on 10 felony charges, including first-degree murder. 2 other men have been arrested in the shooting, including the 19-year-old accused of pulling the trigger. 7-year-old Araya Jackson was shot and killed in the back seat of her mother's car in Pontiac earlier this month. All 3 men are members of the 4-block gang. A former Metro Detroit Boy Scouts leader is still in jail tonight. Mark Chapman was denied bond during a court hearing on sex abuse charges. Chapman is the first person charged in the Michigan Attorney General's office investigation into the Boy Scouts. He's accused of sexually assaulting 2 boys while he was a trooper leader in Roseville more than 20 years ago. Chapman worked as a janitor at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. There are concerns there may be more victims. If you know anything, contact the Attorney General's office.
New round of peace talks between Russian and Ukrainian leaders will begin tomorrow in Turkey. Ukraine's president says he is open to declaring Ukraine neutral, which would end the Ukrainian bid to join NATO. He could also potentially compromise on some contested territory in the east where the Russian military has been so focused. Today, President Biden defended a controversial remark he made this weekend about Vladimir Putin during a speech in Poland. The president said the Russian leader, quote, cannot remain in power. There have been concerns that Putin will now use those words as propaganda.
You believe what you said, that Putin can't remain in power?
I'm not walking anything back. The fact of the matter is I was expressing the moral outrage I felt toward the way Putin is dealing in the actions of this man. Just brutality.
President Biden is promising more help for Ukraine. He rolled out a nearly $6 trillion budget proposal that includes increases in military spending.
The trial continues tomorrow for 4 men charged in the plot to kidnap Governor Whitmer. Much of today's testimony was focused on explosives. An undercover FBI agent told the court 2 of the men were excited to get their hands on bombs. The informant says he fooled the group into thinking he knew someone in the mining industry who could get high-grade explosives. Prosecutors say the men wanted to blow up a bridge to slow down police when they attacked the governor's home. Defense attorneys deny there was an actual plot to kidnap Governor Whitmer.
In 2 years, Detroit streets might look like this. This is Nashville, April of 2019, when the Music City hosted the NFL Draft. In 2024, it'll be Detroit's turn. Lions made the announcement today. Detroit will host the draft for the first time ever.
Yeah, we don't know the exact dates yet, but it will likely be at the end of April in 2024. Ford Field and Little Caesars Arena will host part of the fun, and there will be free outdoor events around Campus Martius Park and Hart Plaza.
The nice thing about this is it's a week-long event, and it builds up to the last 3 days of the event. So the Thursday, Friday, Saturday draft is the big ticket items, but all the way leading up to that are all kinds of engagements.
Just look at those crowds. Could that be us?
Shoulder to shoulder. It took quite a pitch to make this happen. Barry Sanders and Mike Tirico were among those who were a part of that pitch to the NFL. We know it'll be a great event for the economy. City leaders not speculating how much money it'll bring in, but we do know 2019 in Nashville brought about $200 million to that city. So it is a big one, big fish to land. Yeah.